Pure, proudly Zambian. The taste of home.
Bushe mwalikwata Top Star Decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwa tamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutila mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishap sana. Bakanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembila nsuma mumishi yenu.
Hello, welcome to News Flash on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. We're coming to you live on Top Star channel 110 and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Now, let's take a look at stories making headlines. Girls at Michael Sata Girls Boarding Secondary School in Isoka district of Mchinga province have been forced to attend the classes and reside at Isoka Boys Boarding Secondary School. Delays in the construction of their school. Court orders a doctor to prove civil rights activist Bretna Changala's illness in Sedisha's case. 24 million World Bank Fund solar street lights commissioned in Livingston and Great TDP. With the news in detail, my name is Evans Chitakwa. Girls at Michael Sata Girls Boarding Secondary School in Isoka district of Mchinga province have been forced to attend classes and reside at Isoka Boys Boarding Secondary School due to prolonged delays in the construction of their school. For over a decade, the learners have been sharing classrooms and other facilities with their male counterparts as their own school remains incomplete. The situation has raised concern among stakeholders who cite congestion and an conducive learning environment affecting both pupils and teachers. Speaking to PTV2 News, Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Kelvin Mambwe acknowledged the challenges and stated that the school is among key projects in Mchinga province earmarked for completion this year. More in this report by Richard Simbaya.
More than 10 years after it was opened, Michael Sata Boarding Secondary School is still operating without its own infrastructure, forcing learners to share facilities with Isoka Boys Boarding Secondary School. The situation has raised concern among both pupils and teachers, who say learning conditions have not been conducive due to congestion and limited space.
Face challenges throughout our education journey. Dr. Mambwe, our school has been squatting here for a consecutive 10 years. However, we have committed teachers do not have a staff room, poor sanitation, and grappling with few learning spaces.
I've been squatting since 2016. Just imagine a girl child squatting at a boys' school. So there are a number of challenges which we are facing as the Michael Sata. It has also increases in the number of pregnancies and early marriages, because the majority of learners are just squatting in small houses around the compound. So the government should do something to our school so that we can move to our school as soon as possible.
Stakeholders are now appealing to higher authorities to urgently address the matter and ensure that the school is completed. However, there is renewable hope after the Minister of Education Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Dr. Kelvin Mambwe, assured learners that the construction works at the girls' boarding school will be completed within the year.
Tremendous progress. Almost ready. We're envisaging opening this school by the end of the year. Come January, you should have your own school. We are doing in Muchinga province, we are completing the 5 day schools which stalled. We're also completing the 3 boarding schools which are stalled. And in addition to those, there are 8 secondary schools which we are building. And these schools will equally be completing at the end of this year or early next year.
A check by this reporter found that the contractor is currently on site with works progressing. Reporting from Isoka district in Muchinga province, for Prime Television News, I'm Richard Simbaya.
Chiwili has ordered the medical doctor attending to civil rights activist Bredna Changala to appear before the court and provide proof that the accused is unwell and unable to attend proceedings. Major Sweet Chiwili said the directive follows Changala's absence from court, noting concerns over what he described as a pattern of delays in the matter. He has since instructed that the doctor must appear without fail and present all supportive medical documentation. Changala is currently facing trial on charges of seditious practices arising from remarks he allegedly made on social media concerning the disappearance of former Petauke Member of Parliament Emmanuel J. Banda.
Civil rights activist Bredna Changala has failed to appear before the Lusaka Magistrate Court. This is in a matter that he is standing charged with seditious practice contrary to the laws of Zambia. Changala sent a representative to explain to Chief Resident Magistrate Davis Chiwili that he is unwell and has since been given 7 days bed rest by a medical doctor from Kafue District Hospital. Changala sent the said representative as he has no sureties because he was granted bail by the Lusaka High Court after he applied for bail. However, Magistrate Chiwili has not been convinced despite the representative producing documentation from Kafue District Hospital. The magistrate has therefore ordered that the medical doctor who attended to Changala present himself before the court and elaborate with proof that the accused person, Changala, is unwell and unable to appear before the court. Magistrate Chiwili has explained that the order follows his observation from the numerous historical stunts by Changala to delay the matter, therefore ordering that the said doctor appears before him without fail and with all the supporting documents. In this matter, Changala is facing trial in a case that is charged with seditious practice contrary to Section 57(1)(b, as read together with Section 61(b) of the Penal Code. And he was found with a case to answer on the 10th of September 2024, but the matter was stayed following an order by the Court of Appeal in November 2024, before the said stay was later dismissed early this year. Allegations in this particular matter are that Changala made seditious utterances in May of 2024 in connection with statements and comments on the disappearance of the then Petauke Member of Parliament Emmanuel J. Banda. Meanwhile, in a separate court matter, Changala has sued the Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha and Magistrate Chiwili in the Lusaka High Court, seeking an order that it's illegal and unreasonable for the magistrate to continue hearing his criminal matter on seditious charges. In his submissions filed in the Lusaka High Court on March 22, 2026, Changala stated that he's appearing before the Lusaka Magistrate Court before Magistrate Chiwili in a case where he's charged with the offense of seditious practice. He has stated that he had earlier filed a petition in the High Court challenging the constitutionality of the offense of sedition as contained in the Penal Code, but that Magistrate Chiwili issued an order which was availed to him on March 20th, 2026. Reporting for Prime Television News, Namangolo Amshokamanj.
Minister of Tourism, Rodney Sikumba, has commissioned and handed over 976 solar-powered streetlights to the local authority in Livingstone, aimed at enhancing security in the tourist capital. The streetlights were installed under the Green, Resilient and Transformation Tourism Development Project, Great TDP, at a cost exceeding 24 million kwacha, financed through a concessional loan from the World Bank. Mr. Sikumba, who is also Livingstone Member of Parliament, has called on residents to safeguard the infrastructure to ensure its longevity and continued benefit to the community. Kwalombota Mwanangomba has the details.
They have been commissioned at a cost of over 24 million kwacha. The 976 solar-powered streetlights have also been handed over to the local authority in Livingstone with an aim to enhancing security in the tourist capital. Tourism Minister Rodney Sikumba says this transforms Livingstone into a modern and smart tourism city.
Here we are this evening commissioning and handing over these 976 streetlights to the Livingstone City Council. The instrument that we're using to deliver this project is a cooperating partner, which is the bank. Our development agenda cannot be complete without continuously improving Livingstone, the tourist capital, the gateway through which world experiences Zambia. So this project, ladies and gentlemen, is not just infrastructure. It's about transforming Livingstone into a modern, smart, and sustainable tourism city.
Mr. Sikumba says this resonates well with President Hakainde Hichilema's call for infrastructure development that drives the economy of the country.
So the commissioning and subsequent handover of these solar-powered streetlights is a direct response to the President's call for infrastructure development that drives economic growth, job creation, and improved livelihoods. This evening's commissioning is one of Livingstone's town center development activities that reflects our firm commitment to reposition Zambia as a leading tourism destination.
Meanwhile, Livingstone Mayor Constance Mulayabai, through the Deputy Mayor Robert Wandila, says the project is a landmark initiative that presents strategic investment in the city's infrastructure.
The street lighting under the Livingstone Town Centre Development Program is a landmark initiative under the Great TDP. It represents a strategic investment in the city's infrastructure in quest to light up our city. The impact of street lighting project goes beyond physical infrastructure. It is about creating an enabling environment for tourism growth, stimulating economic opportunities, and attracting further investments.
The contracted company says it took about 140 days to complete the entire work.
We took about 140 days to complete this project, which is a rare achievement for a Zambian-owned company, but also a testament that Zambian-owned companies can deliver if given a chance.
Kwalombota Mwanangomba reporting, Prime TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
30 children living with disabilities in Mansa district of Luapula province have received wheelchairs aimed at improving their mobility and quality of life. The donation, which was facilitated through the Mansa Municipal Council, has benefited children aged between 4 and 17 years. Speaking during the handover, Mansa Mayor Njiko Musuku praised the partnership between the local authority and Blue Spring, a Swiss non-government organization committed to supporting children living with disabilities. More in the following report.
Mansa Mayor Njiko Musuku slowly pushes a special wheelchair of one of the beneficiaries during the handover of 30 wheelchairs to children living with disabilities in Mansa district. The children, aged between 4 and 17 years old, received the wheelchairs from Blue Spring, a non-government organization from Switzerland.
So we're bringing these wheelchairs because they're perfect for your children and for the terrain here in Zambia, and we can repair things. So we're going to give you the wheelchairs now, but in a year we're going to come back, we're going to change the wheelchair because of course your child will grow, things will get damaged, and we can repair it.
The donation was made possible through the Mansa Municipal Council.
I would like to say thank you to Blue Spring for helping our people, because we believe in the government cannot do everything at once and it needs partners. And that's the reason why we're grateful to Blue Spring for coming to Mansa and supporting 30 children here. It is good that they have committed that even after some time they'll be back to check on how our children are growing and also how they are using the wheelchairs.
Kenneth Mwewa is the provincial coordinator for Zambia Agents for Persons with Disabilities, ZAPID.
Ababana balafaiko kukwata kadi. Ilya kadi ilafu abana pantu uteko bwala ndati mwana fula kusambila for free tefyo. Lelo ababana basambila kwisa kumambirima kwa adwa boarding fees tefyo. So ku CDF twalikwata allocation tulipilira abana for that boarding fee, so that the education is completely free. Nombanga takweti omwana kulya busheba meya kuno kumanso omwana wakumambira bakeshi batali kwata obulema. Kombanga mwabika ko kadi tefyo. So nintotera bameya bonsa apana abakwata amakadi kumshako febamo. So nachiwa amasano kwati mwali kwata amakadi. So nabalaba kalaisa mailo nabanene bonsa abo mwaishiba nabalaba afisa abana mubebe babasokolole babalete so that they can also receive that support.
Representing parents of the beneficiaries, Elizabeth Ngonga expressed gratitude for the support, saying they have faced challenges in helping their children move around due to lack of proper wheelchairs.
Emkwai kwena imbita ukwete mpia yaku ninaonda pakuti wende chireshu pakashinga pali wheelchair na utakwete mpia yaku ninaonda kuti ule kunkuluka filafini waisa twatasha sana bameya lesa bweke shepo kabile sa mirundire nshiku.
Pasco Mukabira, Prime TV News in Mansa, Wapula Province.
United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, UNESCO, under the O3 Plus project, has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring that the health of students is maintained in high learning institutions in the country. Central Province O3 Plus project coordinator Musenge Ngoma says the project seeks to address and reduce student health-related challenges such as STIs, unintended pregnancies, HIV, GBV, intimacy violence, mental health, and other issues. Ms. Ngoma was speaking at the attendance, attracting at least 2,000 athletes. Joseph Siambihi has the details in the report.
At least 2,000 athletes from 18 higher learning institutions across the country are participating in the 2026 Zambia University Sports Association Games at Mlungushu University. This is under the theme Unleashing Potential, Igniting Innovation, Redefining University Sports for a Dynamic Future. Minister of Sports and Arts Elvis Nkando, represented by Johnny Monkombwe, said outstanding athletes will represent Zambia at the forthcoming games in Botswana.
Performances at these games, our dear students, will be used to identify and select outstanding student athletes to be part of the Zambia Federation of Universities and Colleges, ZAFUX team, who will represent Zambia in the forthcoming.
Responsibility of your health, because your health is your wealth and it matters. We want to see students have a safe campus environment where they can learn in an environment where they are safe from issues such as unintended pregnancies, STIs, HIV, GBV, intimate partner violence, mental health, and all those issues which can potentially disturb their academic journey.
The impact made by O3 Plus project has not been left out.
There's a change. There's a change. Even in the STI rate, there's a reduction. Why? Because we are heading in a positive direction. Students are seeking to condomize more, unlike having unprotected sex.
We are also recording very few numbers of unplanned pregnancies among our students, because now our students are empowered with this information.
These sporting activities will run up to the 29th of March 2026. Joseph Siambihi reporting, Prime TV News in Kabwe.
That item ends the news flash on Prime TV2. Let's take a recap of stories that made headlines. Girls at Michael Chilufya Girls Boarding Secondary School in Isoka district of Muchinga province has been forced to attend classes and reside at Isoka Boys Boarding Secondary School due to prolonged delays in the construction of their school. Court orders a doctor to prove a civil rights activist Bredna Changala's illness in sedition case. 24 million kwacha World Bank funded solar streetlights commissioned in Livingstone under Great TDP. Thank you so much for staying with us, but for these and other stories, like our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news and production crew, my name is Evans Chitakwa. Stay tuned.